CV, then I was near you. Yeah, it's now when I stop see. Goodbye for the first time, people. I am Xavier Fernandez, debuting with my first ever video. In this experience, I will be telling 100% true stories from two me's from Wii Sports. Our last me today is Jion, who was born to a very royal family. His father was Shinosuke from the original Wii Sports. Shinosuke was the king of Mii Gang, and he had a lot of power, but then on April 3, 2021, Shinosuke had a little incident with Rachel from Wii Sports. Shinosuke had a debt to pay to Rachel. They made a bet that if Rachel won a game of Wii against Shinosuke, Shinosuke must tell Rachel the O-word. Rachel won, but Shinosuke refused to tell her the O-word, and he got killed later on. So Jion then became the king of Mii Gang, as he inherited from his father. But the people in Mii Gang had this one complaint. There was no apple juice allowed in Mii Gang. Jion did not care at all initially, until he tried to get into the new Wii Sports game, but they wouldn't allow him until he allowed apple juice in Mii Gang. So then he had to call up Akira, the man who controls all the weather, and he made it rain cookies all over. He then later got accepted, but that's not all what happens in Mii Gang. Mii Gang originated on Miiverse back in 2013. Shinosuke used to have one friend he hired named Bernd. Bernd promised to watch over Mii Gang while Shinosuke handled his business, but Bernd was really abusive as an admin and banned whoever he wanted from Miiverse. So then a girl named Jizzle RD, who was originally supposed to be in Wii Sports, went and killed him. He was never seen again, and Jizzle RD was kicked out of Wii Sports and never got the fame she deserved. The person who decided to kick her out is the owner of the entire Wii Sports franchise, named Joseph from Wii Sports Club. Joseph was actually the man who developed and created Wii Sports himself. Without him, this video wouldn't exist today, but there's a lot of info hidden to this. You might know him as a creator, but that's just not the case. In the year 2006, the same year Wii Sports was made, this is what happened. The day was September 6th in 2006. That was a Wii Sports Wednesday. Joseph's sister had a baby that day. His name was Xavier Fernandez. When Xavier Fernandez and Joseph met, Xavier talked to him about his idea about how they should make a sports game on the Wii. Xavier then went on to make the game all by himself, but then Joseph took all the credit since he's an adult. He's a liar who steals from newborn babies. The fact that a newborn infant made Wii Sports all by himself in 2 months is actually insane. But he never got the credit he deserved until he uploaded this video and revealed the truth. Joseph steals a lot of things from babies, more specifically money. He steals a lot of that, which is why Xavier is broke today. On an unrelated note, here is Sae-young. Sae-young was born February 11, 1997 in New Zealand to South Korean immigrant parents. She has one older sister. In 2012, Sae-young at age 15 attended the Australian singing audition for the record label YG Entertainment. She got accepted, dropped out of school, and became a K-pop singer. She then joined the K-pop group Blackpink. They have many hits. I like this band a lot. Sae-young is a great musical artist for Blackpink. The government of Oahu Island really hates this criminal I'm about to talk about. Kazuhiro or Kazuhuko, I don't know what his name is, so we're just gonna call him Kazu, is a me from Wii Sports Club. But there seems to be a strange phenomenon in his legal records. Nobody knows his real name. Or as 21 Pilot said, nobody knows his real name, but now we just uses what he saw on a grave. Some say his real name is Kazuhiko, others say Kazuhiro, but he seems to use this to his advantage. This man has committed many crimes before, a lot of them, but he keeps getting away with them. The police would look for Kazuhiko and he would claim his name is Kazuhiro, and if the police looked for Kazuhiro, he would claim his name was Kazuhiko. He doesn't pay taxes because of this, because they keep on sending taxes to Kazuhiko, and then he turns into Kazuhiro, and if they send taxes to Kazuhiro, he turns into Kazuhiku. The government knows him as two entities. Kazu has also registered these two entities as a gay married couple, but this has caused many legal issues for him. He can't divorce the gay couple because if he does, the government will slice him in half so he can actually live as two entities. Or he can actually not live at all, because if he gets sliced in half, you die. Millie from Wii Sports Club used to work at a McDonald's in Australia. Her family did not approve of this, so they hired an evil man under the name of Bernd to go to McDonald's and kidnap Millie. He did just that, but didn't know what to do with her after since the family never instructed. That's when he decided, I'm gonna make you the leader of Miiverse. But first, we gotta give you a makeover because you're ugly. So Bernd called Leonie's granddaughter, her name was Daniela Dover, and she gave Millie a makeover. And then she ended up looking like this. She was later the mascot of Miiverse, but users never knew her name, so they just called her London. 3 musical artists named Shinosuke, Alex, and Dunbar thought Miiverse was such a wonderful app, so in 2019, they made a song dedicated to her. It made the Billboard Hot 100 year-end, and it was called The London, and it later appeared on Dunbar's So Much Fun album. The song plays every day McDonald's to remember her existence, since the manager don't know where she went. Barbara also used to work at McDonald's with Lily. After the London song was released, Barbara thought something was fishy. Shinosuke also used to work at McDonald's with them, but Shinosuke did the hook for the London song. Barb's immediately went to investigating. Shinosuke was the king of Mii universe at the time, but also worked at McDonald's to help the community. And he was also the music composer for all the Nintendo games, but he wasn't making enough money from his music, so he decided to make a hit. Barbara later revealed that Shinosuke sent out Bird to go find Millie and kidnap her so then Shinosuke can make a tribute song and make millions from it. Shame on you, Shinosuke. Back on the topic of the inventor from Wii Sports, Xavier Fernandez. In 7th grade, during the 2018 and 19 school year, and was Xavier's English teacher. Xavier used to be pretty fucking dumb before he took that class. but Anne taught him how to do everything. She taught him how to eat, sleep, breathe, all the basic stuff. Later on, when Xavier became smart, she taught him how to make YouTube videos and music. On December 29, 2021, Anne helped Xavier make a Wii Sports Wednesday video where he could expose Joseph for stealing from little babies. Joseph stole Wii Sports from Xavier, and now Xavier has finally exposed him. He made Wii Sports. Thank you, Anne, for helping Xavier Hernandez make this video. If you chatted with me on Discord or the Wii Sports Wiki, you might know my me named Lily Bennett. There's a lot of rumors spreading around about Lily Bennett, about how she's the daughter of Christina from Wii Sports, and that is 100% true. Lily, born October 19, 2003, is the daughter of Christina from Wii Sports Club. But one question still does remain. Why is Lily's nose so big? A lot of people believe it's because of her father, who is currently unknown, but today I will tell you why. Lily was born with a magnet in her nose, but this magnet was special. It didn't attract metal, it attracted Minecraft mobs. She has all types of them in her nose. She got zombies, skeletons, creepers. Her nose was considered an environmental hazard, and the government had to lock that down. The zombies kept coming in. One day, she got into a really big incident with her nose. On October 25, 2020, a few days after her 17th birthday, an ender dragon with the name of Xavier Fernandez flew into her nose. This dragon really likes noses, so as much as Lily tried, she couldn't get him out. It went to the point where Xavier got in her nose and Lily exploded, and she died later that night. R.I.P. Lily Bennett, you will forever be missed. On the topic of Xavier Fernandez and noses, on August 12, 2020, Xavier got married to Marie from Wii Sports Club. Marie was madly in love with Xavier, but Xavier didn't really like her. He liked her nose, so it was him and her nose who got married. They later had kids together, but here's the deal. The pregnancy ended up taking them back in time because it was with a nose. So the baby ended up being born on September 18, 2021. His name was Xavier Hernandez, and that's me. I'm Xavier Hernandez, and I'm Xavier's son. I'm the uploader of this video. Massimo from Wii Sports Club used to work at Papa's Pizzeria until one day something happened. Apparently, it is unacceptable to do a diarrhea in a Papa's Pizzeria. Massimo didn't know of this, but he did it, and he later got fired. He found himself homeless with no job, begging on the street, until a man under the name of Xavier Hernandez walked up to him and wanted to make a YouTube video of him. Massimo accepted the offer, and now they play Wii Sports all the time. He has lots of money now. Massimo now lives in a very good and rich, a lot of money mansion with Xavier, and they are the most subscribed channel on YouTube. And this is Akira. He actually controls the weather in Wahoo Island, so whenever it rains, it's him. He can make it rain whatever he wants to. He can make it rain apple juice. He can make it rain cookies, whatever. One day, he made it rain mayonnaise all over it for like a few days, but nobody knows how he looks like. Akira chooses to hide his face because he is so very ugly. They even wrote a book about him, how ugly he is. It's a very short book, but it's whatever. I'll read the entire thing to you right now. The book was released on October 20, 2000. What is it with October being cursed for Wii Sports Bees? But the book was written by Patrick Stark. It's called The Ugly Barnacle. It goes like this. Once there was an ugly barnacle. He was so ugly that everyone died. The end.